everybody. Thank you for joining me again on a supplement Sunderday, a day that we are gonna either call either a Saturday or a Sunday and call it Sunderday. You're gonna come alongside me and learn about something that I was never taught in pharmacy school that really is beneficial for our health. So we're covering a supplement a week and it's been so much fun. So today, I know you're dying, we are talking about grape seed extract. This one has just taken me days to put it all together. It's just so much information and it's been so much fun to sift through this and really think on this one little ingredient. So let's start at the beginning, right? What is it? Well, it's self-explanatory in the name. Where do we find it? Also pretty self-explanatory in the name. So grapeseed extract is not resveratrol, which we're familiar with, right? That's kind of been the grape's claim to fame, this ingredient found in the grape skin. Now that is not what we're talking about today. What we are talking about today is the grape seed extract. It's in the seed, not the skin. Now they have found this untapped superpower really in this grape. Rather than being in the skin, they're finding that it's in the seeds. So for many people, these seeds are an inconvenience, right? They're a nuisance. We bite into this bitter seed. That's where the magic happens. That is what is important. These seeds that have been a byproduct of the winemaking industry. The winemaking industry is huge, right? And this has just been a waste until recently, these seeds. And now we're finding a use for them and a purpose for them. And it's pretty fascinating. All right, next point. How does it work? Well, here's where it gets a little complicated and tricky. Now, the grape seeds are very, very high in omega chain fatty acids and in vitamin E, which we know are beneficial for our health, right? But the primary one, which is really where the magic happens, is called oligomeric proanthocyanidin. Okay, say that a couple times fast. That's a tough one. So, oligomeric proanthocyanidin. Oligomeric proanthocyanidin. Oligomeric proanthocyanidin. Now this is what is responsible for that bitter taste when you bite into a grape seed and are not expecting it, okay? Now these compounds are rich in flavonoids and polyphenols, which we know are antioxidants, potent antioxidants. So that is fantastic. So these are 20 times more potent in their antioxidant activity than vitamin E, and 50 times more potent in their antioxidant activity than vitamin C. That is substantial. So what does this actually do? Well, we know the importance of antioxidants, right? So they decrease our cell damage, our cell tissue damage, just by neutralizing free radicals. And that in turn decreases our oxidative stress. And we've covered that before. It's a big, big deal. Okay. Now in definitive studies that they have done in humans now, it has shown to decrease our cardiovascular risk, huge. It has shown to decrease our systolic blood pressure, huge. It has been shown to decrease cholesterol, also huge, right? These are issues that we struggle with. Also, a big one is the circulatory function. So when it comes to our circulation and our vein health, so things like preventing the oxidation of LDL in our vessels, which decreases that plaque build formation. It decreases that plaque from sticking to the insides of our vessels. Now, that in turn can decrease our risk for DVT, deep vein thrombosis, when we get that platelet aggregation. So it decreases our platelet aggregation. It keeps those platelets slippery so they're not forming clots, okay? So another big thing is just our chronic venous insufficiency. So when you have varicose veins where your vessels are just not pumping the blood through the body like they should, it helps with that as well. It also helps with the swelling and the pain associated with varicose veins. And that goes for hemorrhoids as well, because that is what they are. They're also varicose veins, just in a different part of our body. So it's helpful for that as well. Another big thing, anti-inflammatory properties, and we talk about that so often, and again, it's because it's such a big deal. It's actually shown to decrease 3 inflammation markers. So in turn, that helps aid in weight loss. It helps optimize the fluid balance in the body. And listen when I say this, low-grade chronic inflammation leads to a higher risk for chronic disease. Okay, did you catch that? Low-grade chronic inflammation leads to a higher risk for chronic disease, including premature aging. So another big thing that this grapeseed extract does, antimicrobial and antifungal. Not kidding. So when we talk candida overgrowth, grapeseed extract actually helps that stay in check. That is nuts, right? It also is going to help with speeding wound healing because of this antimicrobial. It, again, with the candida and just in keeping our intestinal immune system balanced. So it also can help in connective tissue repair post-surgical. Also going back to this whole anti-inflammatory thing, going back to the antimicrobial thing, it all works in tandem. All right, another thing, because it is so rich in vitamin E and these omega fatty acids, it is very beneficial in our skin health. So just cosmetic things that we think of. Our skin appearance, it helps with acne, actually as a treatment. It increases the skin's elasticity. It increases the softness of the skin. It has to do with evening out our skin tone as a whole. And it actually increases our collagen production and our bone formation. Nuts, right? Fun fact on this one. There's a study going on in Japan right now where they're finding that grapeseed extract is useful in melasma treatment. Now, melasma and chloasma can be used as interchangeable terms. And what that means, it's a hyperpigmentation in our skin if you've been exposed to sun, okay? Those patches you get, it's being shown that it is useful in treating that. So that's kind of crazy. Now, that's just things that the research has been done and it is showing definitive results. Now, when we get into studies still being done where animal studies have been done and have shown promising success, there's still human studies to be done. So things like cancer risk, things like diabetes and other conditions associated with diabetes, so kidney protective, that is huge, and nerve damage, because we know how heavy diabetes can be on our nervous system as well. Things like cognitive impairments like Alzheimer's, things that are destroying our tissues like rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. It's also showing effective in IBS symptoms because it's showing to tighten up our gut lining, and therefore it's restoring our microbiome. Okay, asthma and allergies is another big one, again, because of that anti-inflammatory potential, and liver protective. Huge, right? It's huge. It's crazy. Okay, now what to avoid? Well, what to avoid? Okay, so if you have got a bleeding disorder, like we talked about, it's very effective in our circulatory system and keeping our platelets slippery. If you are already on a medication that is doing that, you definitely want to be aware that this is going to do the same thing. So that would be an issue if you have a bleeding disorder. Okay, let's talk Plexus. Now, there are 3 products that I have found that have grapeseed extract in it. ProBio 5 is one of them. ProBio 5, the X Factor Plus vitamin, and the body cream. The body cream. So these are the 3 things that grapeseed extract is present in, these 3 products. Now, when we think about, and if we just go back and like recap what we've talked about, it's showing beneficial in our heart health, in our brain health, in our kidney health, our liver health, our skin health. These are major organs of our body that are affected by this little bitter seed that is an inconvenience when we bite into it, right? So that is the potential of this little seed, this little grape seed, and that is pretty exciting. So I hope you have enjoyed today's learning experience. I hope you've learned something that you didn't know about before, and I hope you join me again next week, because this has just been so much fun to learn more about these supplements, right? These supplements that we're not really familiar with. So cheers to your health and happiness.
Look over yonder,